Last time, joy resounded in Abraham's camp as the miraculous laughter of Isaac filled their tent. But beyond the desert plains, a different sound echoed, the cries of a city whose wickedness pierced the heavens. Today, we witness a collision of divine justice and Abraham's audacious faith as pride meets its devastating price. Following the incredible promise of Isaac's birth, Abraham walked with his divine visitors towards the edge of the land. As they journeyed, a solemn revelation unfolded. The Lord confided in Abraham, "The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin so grievous, that I am going down to see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know." The cities of the plain, once fertile and prosperous, had become cesspools of depravity, their inhabitants immersed in unnatural acts and utter disregard for justice. God's patience had worn thin. The very atmosphere around these cities was saturated with a darkness that demanded divine intervention, a judgment to cleanse the earth of such pervasive evil. It was a stark reminder that prosperity, when unchecked by righteousness, can lead to profound spiritual decay. Faced with such a terrifying prospect, Abraham, the man of faith, found himself in an extraordinary dialogue with the Almighty. His nephew Lot resided in Sodom, and Abraham's heart was stirred with a desperate plea. He drew near to the Lord, not with fear, but with a profound and audacious intercession. "Will you really sweep away the righteous with the wicked?" he began, a question born of his deep understanding of God's character. He dared to bargain, starting with 50 righteous people, then 45, then 40, 30, 20, and finally, with incredible boldness, down to just 10. "Suppose there are but 10 righteous people there," he pleaded. The Lord, in his infinite patience and mercy, agreed. "For the sake of 10, I will not destroy it." This was Abraham, not just a patriarch, but a compassionate advocate, standing in the gap, demonstrating the power of intercessory prayer and the boundless mercy of God, willing to relent even for a handful of faithful souls. The plea was heard, but the grim reality was that even 10 righteous souls could not be found within Sodom's walls. As evening fell, 2 angels arrived at the city gates, disguised as men. Lot, still retaining a glimmer of hospitality despite his surroundings, urged them into his home. But the city's depravity was undeniable. Before they could even lie down, the men of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded Lot's house, demanding that his guests be brought out for their wicked intentions. The angels struck the mob with blindness and then urgently commanded Lot, "Flee for your lives! Don't look back, and don't stop anywhere in the plain." Lot, his wife, and their 2 daughters were literally dragged from the doomed city, barely escaping the judgment they were about to witness. Just as the sun rose, Lot and his family reached the small town of Zoar. And then, the heavens opened, not with rain, but with a horrifying judgment. The Lord rained down burning sulfur from the sky on Sodom and Gomorrah, utterly destroying those cities, the entire plain, and everything that grew in the ground. It was an inferno, a cataclysmic end to a society steeped in sin. As they fled, Lot's wife, unable to resist the pull of her former life, looked back, a fatal act of disobedience. In that instant, she was turned into a pillar of salt, a chilling monument to the consequences of clinging to the world God had judged. Abraham, from his vantage point, looked down on the plain and saw the smoke of the land going up like the smoke from a furnace. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah stands as a grim testament to the absolute justice of God. Yet, amidst the terror, we see his incredible mercy in Abraham's intercession and the angels' desperate efforts to save Lot. It reminds us that God is patient, but his justice is inevitable when wickedness goes unrepented. It teaches us the profound consequences of pride, moral decay, and the cost of looking back at what God has called us to leave behind. May we never forget the price of pride. What does the story of Sodom and Gomorrah teach you about God's character and humanity's choices? Share your reflections in the comments below. Join us next time for Episode 9, Moriah's Summit, the Ultimate Test, as Abraham faces a command that will challenge his faith like never before. Don't miss it. Like, share, and subscribe to continue this epic journey of faith.